Are you struggling to figure out if that special girl is into you? Today, we're breaking down the 5 key signs that reveal her true feelings. These aren't your typical, surface-level cues. We're going deep into the psychology of attraction and uncovering the subtle signals most guys miss. Sign number 1. She's mirroring your body language. Here's something fascinating about human behavior. When we're attracted to someone, we subconsciously start to mirror their movements and postures. It's called the chameleon effect, and it's a powerful indicator of interest that flies under most people's radar. Watch for these tells. If you lean in, does she lean in too? When you cross your arms, does she follow suit within a few seconds? Do you notice her adopting similar speaking patterns or using phrases you often use? This mirroring isn't just flattery, it's her subconscious mind trying to establish a deeper connection with you. It's saying, hey, we're on the same wavelength. But here's the kicker, most women aren't even aware they're doing it. That's what makes it such a reliable sign. Now, don't confuse this with mocking or exaggerated copying. We're talking about subtle, natural mimicry that happens organically in conversation. It's her body's way of saying, I feel comfortable with you and I want to sync up. But here's a pro tip, you can actually use this knowledge to your advantage. Try subtly changing your posture or gestures during a conversation. If she consistently mirrors you, it's a strong sign she's engaged and attracted. Sign number 2, she's finding reasons to touch you. But here's where it gets really interesting. The science of haptics, or communicating through touch, shows that these small contacts can actually release oxytocin, the bonding hormone, in both people. So not only is she signaling her interest, but she's also chemically strengthening your connection without even realizing it. Now, a word of caution, cultural norms and personal boundaries vary widely when it comes to touch. Some women might be more reserved due to cultural background or personal preference. That's why it's crucial to consider these touches in context with other signs of interest. Sign number 3, she's always finding excuses to be around you. This sign is all about proximity and availability, but it goes deeper than just showing up where you are. It's about the effort and creativity she puts into manufacturing opportunities to spend time with you. Look out for these behaviors. Does she suddenly develop an interest in your hobbies or frequent hangout spots? Is she often coincidentally free when you mention plans? Does she create scenarios where you end up working together or in the same group? What's fascinating is the psychological principle at play here, the mere exposure effect. This theory suggests that the more we're exposed to someone, the more we tend to like them. So by increasing her presence in your life, she's not just trying to get your attention, she's subconsciously trying to make herself more appealing to you. But here's where it gets really intriguing. Pay attention to how she positions herself when you're in a group setting. Studies in proxemics, the study of personal space, show that we orient ourselves towards people we're attracted to. Does she consistently end up next to you or angled towards you, even in a crowded room? This behavior isn't just about physical closeness. It's her way of saying, out of everyone here, you're the one I want to interact with. It's a subtle but powerful signal of preference. However, it's crucial to differentiate between genuine interest and mere friendliness or coincidence. The key is consistency and intentionality. Is she going out of her way to be around you regularly, or is it just happenstance? Sign number 4. She's showing signs of nervousness or excitement around you. This sign is all about the physiological responses we have little control over. When we're attracted to someone, our body goes into a mild fight or flight response, triggering a cascade of reactions that can be subtle but telling. Watch for these involuntary reactions. Does her voice pitch slightly higher when talking to you? Do you notice an increase in her blinking rate or pupil dilation? Is there a slight flush to her cheeks or neck when you're chatting? These reactions stem from a surge of adrenaline and dopamine in her system, the same chemicals responsible for the butterflies in the stomach feeling. It's her body's way of preparing for a potential mate, even if she's not consciously aware of it. But here's where it gets really fascinating. These signs of nervousness can often be misinterpreted as disinterest or discomfort. A girl might seem fidgety, avoid eye contact, or stumble over her words, not because she doesn't like you, but because she likes you too much and it's overwhelming her system. This is where the concept of arousal transfer comes into play. In psychology, this refers to the misattribution of arousal from one source to another. So the nervousness she feels from attraction might be interpreted by her and you as nervousness from discomfort, leading to a classic case of mixed signals. The key is to look at these signs in context. Is she showing these signs of nervousness but still seeking out your company and conversation? That's a strong indicator of attraction. Now, a caveat: some people are naturally more anxious or excitable than others. The real tell is if you notice a change in her behavior specifically around you compared to how she acts with others. Sign number 5. She's invested in your life and remembers the details. This final sign is perhaps the most telling, yet often the most overlooked. It's all about the level of attention and mental energy she's dedicating to you and your life. Pay close attention to these behaviors. Does she remember small details you've mentioned in passing? Is she genuinely curious about your interests, goals, and experiences? Does she follow up on things you've told her, like asking how a work project went? What's happening here is a phenomenon psychologists call cognitive investment. When we're attracted to someone, we subconsciously allocate more mental resources to them. We pay closer attention, we remember more, and we're more inclined to follow up on information related to them. But here's where it gets really interesting. This investment goes beyond just remembering facts. Look for signs that she's integrating you into her future plans or thoughts. Does she mention potential future scenarios that include you? This could be as simple as, "Oh, you love this restaurant I found," or "We should try that new escape room sometime." This kind of future projection is a strong indicator of attraction because it shows she's mentally placing you in her life beyond just the present moment. It's her way of testing the waters and seeing how you respond to the idea of a shared future, however small. Now, let's talk about social media behavior, because in today's digital age, it's a crucial aspect of this sign. Is she consistently engaging with your posts? Not just liking, but commenting thoughtfully or sharing your content. This digital interaction is an extension of her investment in your life and thoughts. However, it's important to note that this sign can sometimes be tricky to interpret. Some people are naturally more attentive or have better memories than others. The key is to notice if there's a discrepancy between how she treats information about you versus others. Bringing it all together, the importance of clusters. Now that we've broken down these 5 signs, it's crucial to understand that attraction is rarely signaled by just one behavior. What you're looking for is clusters of these signs occurring together. Think of it like a constellation. One star doesn't make a pattern, but several stars forming a recognizable shape. That's when you know you're onto something. This concept is backed by research in behavioral psychology. Single behaviors can be ambiguous or misleading, but when multiple signals align, the probability of genuine attraction skyrockets. But here's the real game changer. Once you start recognizing these signs, you'll find they create a positive feedback loop. Your awareness of her interests will likely make you more confident, responsive, which in turn may amplify her attraction and make her signals even clearer. Remember, though, that attraction is complex and individual. These signs are strong indicators, but they're not guarantees. The only way to know for sure is through open, honest communication. So armed with this knowledge, start paying attention to the subtle cues around you. You might be surprised to discover attraction where you least expect it, and who knows? Understanding these signs might just be the key to unlocking your next great relationship.